Okay, am I back? Okay, am I back? I've got a little green light on again. Anybody there? Oh, there we go. Thank you. Right, I'll carry on. So I was gonna. It's gonna take a long time if I keep losing. If I keep losing the internet connection. Welcome back. Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah. Hey, sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's the rural England. It's not very. Hello again. I think everyone needs to. Everyone's rejoining. Are they rejoining or are they just hello again? Yeah. Okay. So when I was up in the northeast, I did a series on Aidan Cuthbert Bede. So it's Aidan. Yes. Okay. So the Druids. I said the Druids. Thank you for Lawrence for keeping me up to date. So the Druids were able to move around. They were able to wander wherever they wanted to go, all the way across Europe, in fact, through different tribal areas. And the Christian monks, when they took over, they'd use the same educational structure, education and learning in cells, and they were able to go wherever they wanted to again. And I wanted to jump straight now to Saint Aidan, who was known as the Apostle of the North. So he came from Iona, landed at Lindisfarne, set up a monastery, but he walked everywhere. And the reason this is interesting is because he never knew who he was going to meet. So it could be Saxons who'd been converted and reverted back to paganism, pagan Saxons. Saxons who'd stayed Christian, Celts who lived on the land and hadn't left with the kingdom of I've forgotten, hadn't left with the warriors. He didn't know who he was gonna meet. So as soon as he met people in the countryside, he said, "Oh, picture's mangled. Sorry." He said that I'll try and keep my hands out of it. I usually work. Okay. Your phone is close. I can turn that off if you like. Put it over there. I'll try and keep very still. Aidan would meet somebody and say, "What is it you believe in?" And then, if the conversation went well, he would leave a monk with the Gospel of John, which of course is an experiential account of a faith. And would head off to the next village. I always found that very striking because I've always felt that that Druidry, and particularly OBOD Druidry, asks the same question: what is it you believe in? It's almost as pretty. Sorry, total pixel fest, but with an audio. I hope. Hi, Bettina. We've got some poor quality line here. What I wanted to do is if Druidry asks you what it is you believe in, it's interesting because I was in Ireland a couple of weeks ago, and our host's daughter I said to her, "What do you think of all this Druidry then?" And she said, "I'm not sure if I believe in all that." And then I was thinking, well, what is it I'm supposed to believe in that she doesn't believe in? And it was sort of the sacredness of the land or whatever. But I was just wanted to read something which is kind of what I believe in. So I'm using this book, Anam Cara, John O'Donoghue. I hope the pixels are allowing you to see that. The book is Anam Cara, John O'Donoghue. And this is the oldest poem thought to be written in Ireland by Amigan. I am the wind which breathes upon the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am the murmur of the billows. I am the ox of the seven combats. I am the vulture upon the rocks. I am a beam of the sun. I am the fairest of plants. I am the wild boar in valour. I am the salmon in the water. I am a lake in the plain. I am a world of knowledge. I am the point of the lance of battle, and I am the God who created fire in the blood. I think the reason the name of the book, okay, I did say it out loud. The reason I chose that is because there's no dualism here. All is one. There's a sense of the immanence in the divine. So when we try and talk about the earth as being sacred, the sense of the easiest way to talk about that is that for me the divine is immanent. It's in everything. It's everywhere, and I'm part of it. So let me whiz ahead again. What is it you believe in? And I think Druidry asks the same question. We're an experiential tradition. Everyone who's studied those gwers has had experiences thrown at them, and then we are asked to respond. So if you like, Druidry asks you what it is you believe in. Now, back to our Celtic Christians, they came up against Rome at the Synod of Whitby in the 600 and something, and they got criticised for a number of things. So in fact, the Irish monks were still shaving their head in the Druid tonsure, which is from ear to ear and across the front here, and they were criticised for that. They had to use the Roman tonsure, calculation date of Easter. But most importantly for me, the Roman Church criticised the Irish monks for indulging in free liturgy. And they said, no, you can't do that. They said, here's the liturgy. These are the words you have got to use. But for me, I think that sense of, if you have that urge to ritually, ceremonially celebrate something, or undertake a ritual of initiation, whatever it might be, that urge to create something within the sacred world that we live in, I think is the ancient urge that provides us with the continuity. If you've done one of Penny's workshops, you'll hear Penny say, Druidry is about the time, the place, and the people. And I think that's exactly what our Druid ancestors thought as well, and the way they acted as well. So whilst we can look at, say, the Semite tribes and be envious of their 2,500 years of celebrating the same traditions, the same rituals, million, I guess. I like that comment, Jesse. If you can be envious of that, but I think there's a beauty in a sense that you don't quite know what's going to happen, but you're going to create something for the time, the place, and the people. And I've heard eminent professors say, you know, in terms of the modern reinterpretation, Penny, Paul, you're saying that Penny Billington is very wise. Oh, that's true. Oh, Jackie, you're back. Sorry, I don't know what happened. We got cut off. So if we look at the modern reinvention of Druidry, I think that impetus to create something in the time and the place and the people is an ancient impetus. It's an ancient impulse within us. But you know, I know that there's some people who think that Druids should be warriors. Now, okay, so they weren't in the past, but considering the impact that Mother Earth is suffering right now, for the sake of profit, you know, strip mining, and the worst is poisoning the waters. I think fracking, poisoning the groundwater, the very water that gives us life. Hi, Boban. I think you know, anyone who's answered the Warriors' call and been on an anti-fracking demonstration is actually recreating, bringing through some impulse to act as a warrior on behalf of Mother Earth. And as the Lakota elder said to us last summer, we're all indigenous to Mother Earth, and the waters are sacred, and we should protect them. Now, I feel at my age I'm a little bit old, but shamed by people, men and women who are even older than me, turning up on the front line to act as water protectors. So I think that however we reinvent, I think whatever we do, we should be doing with integrity. I'm not sure. I think because we have this, because society has this expectation, and they say, well, oh, Druidry finished here and then started again here, you've got no continuity. People who like things to be written down, like things to be certain, and want to know that we're in conducting rituals as we always have done. I don't think that's important. I think what's important is we honour. Thank you. It's a Linda. Am I old? Yes. 50s now. I think it's important to honour the impulse, to celebrate the cycle of the seasons, to be of service to our communities. That's always been that's what has been part of my Druidry, being of service to my local community. I know we've lost a few minutes as I lost my connectivity. 50s isn't old. No, I know that's true. I'll drink to not being old. Thank you. And remember, always drink responsibly. But one of the joyous things about being a Druid. Yeah. Oh, Patrick, what a very nice comment. Yes, indeed. Completely agree with that. 59 is the new 30. You've nailed it, Martha. The lovely thing, I just said I was in Ireland 2 weeks ago. The lovely thing about having Druid friends and going on a road trip with a bunch of oldies, or recently past youth, how's that? It was that. Thank you, Jackie. Oh, Elizabeth, good. Feeling very young at 60. That's good. So the amazing thing about being in Ireland with friends who are Druids is you go to these sacred sites, and if you were on your own, you'd be quiet and you'd soak it up, and maybe you'd make a small connection. If you're with a bunch of Druids, you make a full-on connection with the site, chanting some Arwen, some Imasses, and I can tell you it's extremely tiring, but it's extraordinarily rewarding. And I know we've sort of reached the time where I have to do some sort of meditative thing, but what I thought I'd do is, again, from this book, I shall endeavour to hold it up, from the Anam Cara, Spiritual Wisdom from the Celtic World by John O'Donoghue. I'm going to offer you the friendship blessing that you can find on page 60, because I want to just honour the friends I've made in OBOD, who, so Corrie there is an online friend. I met you once, Corrie, but you know, the friends I've made, and for all of you who enter Druidry with integrity and from the heart, our experiential tradition, here is a blessing, a friendship blessing. May you be blessed with good friends. May you learn to be a good friend to yourself. May you be able to journey to that place in your soul where there is great love, warmth, feeling, and forgiveness. May this change you. May it transfigure that which is negative, distant, or cold in you. May you be brought into the real passion, kinship, and affinity of belonging. May you treasure your friends May you be good to them, and may you be there for them. May they bring you all the blessings, challenges, truth and light that you could need for your journey. May you never be isolated, but may you always be in the gentle nest of belonging with your Anam Cara. So there we go. My 20 minutes is up. I hope come to Texas. Well, I'd love to get to Texas eventually. And indeed, yes, happy Beltane, many Beltane blessings for overnight and tomorrow. And thank you all for tuning in. I think what I do now is end. I don't know what I do now. I might have to have. I've got some notes from Philip, so I'm going to look at my notes, and I think I have to answer some or make replies to. Click finish, and you're done. Or what I might do is. Thank you, Beltane blessing, and here's to everybody's happy Beltane. May you enjoy jumping the fires. And if anyone's ever bored, Penny and I do a ritual workshop. Very good value. Aren't we, Penny? Okay, I think I click this now. Anyway, bless you all, and have a lovely day tomorrow on the 1st of May. Unless some of you have already started on the 1st of May, maybe in Australia. Good night.